up, Internet? It's your girl Ingrid, and today we're doing yet another Instagram Live interview. Today's kind of a fun one because I get to interview Kevvy from Fake Shark, who I've always loved them. I think, like a funny story, they were actually the opening band at the first concert I ever went to, so kind of exciting. And today they're releasing their new video. It's called Superstition, so chat a little about that, quarantine life, and pretty much get right into it. I gotta remember how to do this now. Think we're good. Give it a second. Hey!
Hey, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing okay.
Cool. Yeah, this is kind of fun because usually, I'm used to interviewing people in person.
Yeah.
And obviously, quarantine, we can't do that, so.
I know, it's a brand new challenge, and now all your followers get to see my living room, so it's good.
Yeah, do you work on your setup? Did you actually pick a certain spot, or does it not even matter to you?
I just the feng shui just dictated to me how my studio setup would be, and then I have a room at 604 Records where I produce out of, but I had the foresight to bring a bunch of stuff home 2 months ago just because I was worried this would happen, and I'm glad I did because it hasn't actually affected my workflow at all. I actually think I'm busier now somehow.
Yeah, I've heard a few people say that now they're busier just being at home, which is funny.
Yeah, I like seeing the dichotomy of half the people in my feed are self-improving and meditating, and the other people are just falling apart and drinking. And both to me are equally as important. So good for everybody.
Yeah. So yeah, what have you been doing in quarantine? What's keeping you busy?
I just produced an album by this singer named Michaela Slinger, and we had finished recording it right before everybody started doing isolation. So I feel like I took advantage of the last day people were okay to be in a group setting, which was good because we did all these choir parts to it. So 2 days later, I don't think people would have wanted to do that. And so I'm lucky that we did it when we did it. And then I just been sort of finishing that up, and we're having it mixed now. So that, and then just some comedy stuff that I produced. And then, of course, we're about to release a Fake Shark album, so I've got to have the next album ready. So I'm already working on that. So yeah, just lots of stuff, lots of writing. And I have a bookshelf full of books I just never got to, and now I'm getting to them.
Cool, yeah. So speaking of the podcast, it's probably the perfect time for it because it's so easy to record being at home, right?
Yeah, it's pretty, we've been doing, the comedy one that I do, comedy here often. Typically, we would do it in the same room, but we're doing it by Zoom lately, which is kind of fun because that way the people that we have on, they don't need to be in the city. So we had this comedian Chris Locke on. He's from Toronto, so we did it that way, and it's been pretty good. I find that doing those really sort of solves any sort of loneliness problems I might have. You know what I mean?
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I assume you feel the same way because you're able to do these kind of things. So it's kind of like you're socializing anyway.
A little bit, yeah. I feel like the biggest thing is just creating content.
Yeah.
So obviously a lot of my blog is just going to shows, and because there are no shows, you gotta find something else to do.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's disappointing. That's one thing I really miss is being able to go to see people perform, especially since, we had so many things canceled too, so it's disappointing in that way. So, but I guess you just transition into what you can do. So that's content for us too.
Cool. Yeah. Another good question, because I guess part of quarantine life is a lot of people are having their birthdays, and I know you had your birthday, so I was going to ask what you ended up doing.
Man, oh man, that was wild ride. I actually was on the phone all day, which was nice. I think people kind of realize that people can feel real lonely on days where they typically spend it with a lot of people. And so it was a lot of phone calls and just a lot of thanking people for, messaging me and stuff like that. And so I actually, it kind of felt like work. just letting everyone appreciate me, It was good. No, it was good. It was good. My mom sent me a nice lunch. That's why.
Oh yeah.
Thanks, Mom. Shout out to Mom. All moms out there in quarantine.
Yeah, I guess Mother's Day is coming up, so perfect timing for shout out for moms. Yeah.
Good reminder. I'm glad I'm doing this. That's on Sunday.
Soon, yeah.
Yep. Okay. Good. Put that in there.
So I guess, yeah, we can get right into it. The new song is called "Superstitious Thing."
Mm-hmm.
Where'd you come up with the idea? Why release it now? I guess.
It was planned to be released now months ago, and the label kind of gave us the opportunity to push it if we wanted to, but I don't like, it's like people like to promote things like releases by doing live shows and things like that, but I kind of think it's a new time for bands and artists releasing things, and I didn't want to wait anymore. I just was like, we made it like almost a year ago, and I was just excited for people to hear it, and we had this cool video idea, and then I'm just incredibly impatient, and I don't like waiting for things like quarantine to end. So yeah, we just kind of, I mean, it's interesting because the way that I write songs is I come up with titles first, and then that will dictate to me what the song will sound like, and I'll start to kind of write it in my head before I even play with an instrument or anything. But I had that title for a while, and then my friend Brian Worsley is a producer who he produced it and mixed it. He does like Deer Rouge and Mono Whales and stuff like that. He just had this bass line. He showed it to me, and I'm like, that's Superstitious Thing. That it just made sense. So we just kind of like really like, it's crazy. Like we planned a writing date together, very romantic. And then I showed up with the vocal, the intro, and he showed up with the bass line, and they just worked together. And then we just never looked back, and like the song was done in like a day and a half or something like that. So yeah.
So I gotta ask, are you superstitious?
I'd like to say no, because I don't. I feel like being like someone who's like believes in ghosts and superstition are like the same thing, but I'm not really. But I also would. I guess I am a little bit superstitious with. I don't want to jinx things. Like be like, okay, last time before the song was released, I talked about it a lot, and it didn't do as well as the time that I didn't talk about. Like things like that, I guess I will be superstitious with. But I'm okay to walk past a black cat. In fact, I want to walk past a black cat.
Yeah.
I'll definitely open an umbrella indoors. I don't know why that's a curse. Who invented that?
Yeah.
Somebody trying to take down the umbrella factory, that's for sure. And I will walk under a ladder. I don't mind. It hasn't fallen on me yet. But I'm more afraid to walk up a ladder.
That's fair.
Yeah, I'm afraid of heights. So that's the first time I've ever admitted that. So yeah.
So yeah, let's talk a bit about the music video. I watched it this morning, so I know what I'm talking about. But was it always the same concept, or?
It's so funny. Like originally, I wanted to do a low budget video that was just my friend Yumi Nagashima. She's this comedian dancing to it, because she has a show called Japanese Goddess Room, and I went on there, and our song Invincible, she just put it on and danced around me while I looked blankly into the camera. And so I kind of wanted to do that and have that be the video for Superstitious Thing. And then obviously we can't do it. She was on tour in I forget where it was. It was Malaysia. And so by the time she got back, she had to isolate in a hotel room for like 16 days, So couldn't do that. So we need something. And then Johnny Jansen, who made the video, he directed our video Wake Up also. He's just this brilliant video editor, effects director, and animator. And so he and I had this idea a long time ago of putting my mouth on other people's bodies that sing the lyrics. And once again, it was like, oh, this is the video where we do that thing. Let's do it. And so he just went and found all this like index of public media horror movie footage. So like anybody could use it. Like it's basically when you create something for 50 years, no one else can use the footage. And then after that, it's like free reign for it. So we just used all the stuff that anybody could use. And then he just slapped my face on the face of someone being hung and some woman being buried alive and set on fire. And
the little flying bat, I think was my favorite.
The bat. It's funny. I have this problem where when I see the first cut of my music videos, I'm always like just really clinical about it. But when I saw the bat, I laughed so hard, and I was like, okay, we're on the right track. Like, I think not all bands can get away with being like goofballs like this, so we might as well take advantage of it.
I think your band just has like a good energy. Like
Thanks.
I was gonna mention this as well. So this is a good segue that like I've seen you guys a couple times, and on stage you literally look like you're having the most fun out of everyone.
Yeah.
And I gotta ask, like, do you personally bring a fan on stage, or that's just a coincidence?
Do I purposely bring what on stage? Sorry. Do I purposely bring what on stage? Sorry, it's cut out for a moment there.
Oh, sorry, my phone's being weird for a second.
That's okay. I think I know what you're asking, which is like, because I do have fun on stage, and it's kind of like I'm friends with so many stand-up comedians, and it's very evident if somebody's on stage performing and they're phoning it in, or they're not in the moment, or they're not connecting properly. And so I kind of learned from them that you come on stage already enjoying yourself, and then it'll translate to the audience relaxing. It's kind of like if you saw a pilot go into the cockpit looking nervous, you'd be like, "Oh fuck, let me off this plane." It's like the crowd's got to know that I'm capable of landing the plane, which in this case is our wonderful performance. So I try to have fun. Like it's interesting. Like I don't get nervous, but I feel anxious day of shows. I just really want to make sure that people who paid enjoyed themselves and it's not boring, because I've been to a lot of those shows, and I want everyone to have fun. I want us all to have fun,
Yeah, why not, right? We're here for a good time.
Now I'm having fun by myself in my apartment.
Oh. See, I know you mentioned before that you guys are working on the new album. Like, is it going to slow things down recording like this, or do you think it's still going to happen like soon?
The way that we work is that I basically write most of a song by myself anyway, and then bring it to the studio, and the other guys will play on it. But Lewis, the guitar player, like he's in a cabin somewhere, I'm assuming in the Ozarks, and he set up his rig so he can record. So he's been sending me guitar parts and everything. So I don't really think so. We're doing a cover song, and it's almost done. And I mix music for other people too. So basically what I'm saying is I don't need anybody's help for anything. You know what? Your audio cut out, but I'm pretty good at lip syncing. And what I think you said is that Lewis was kidnapped, and now he's in the Ozarks in a cabin. And so the guitar tracks, thank you, very good sign language. The guitar tracks he sent me were actually played by his wonderful kidnapper, very talented. Hi, Amy Michelle, how's it going? I can't hear you, Ingrid. I don't know what happened.
Uh-oh.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Is it working?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
The fun of live videos, eh?
No, you should have seen us blow it on Facebook Live the other day. It was great. It's like there's no way to really try it before just going live. So that was
true. Yeah, like you either go for it or you don't.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, we'll try this again. My last question was gonna be, how can fans support you during this whole thing?
Oh man, just I just love that they stream our music and share it. Please check out Superstitious Thing. Leave comments. I will reply to any comment with something witty, I promise. I've been doing this for years. I can land the plane, to go back to that analogy. And I hope everyone who comes and supports you and us, and it's just a community and we want to hang out. So thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for chatting with me. Yeah. Enjoy the rest of quarantine life.
Oh, I will. Okay. Thanks, Ingrid.
Yeah, see you.
Bye.